What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy DJ Showout, your self-made hustler representing the Bull City, and I'm on the block with KASHVISIONTV.
I'm on the block.
All right, what's good, everybody? Thank you for tapping in to On the Block. I'm with my boy DJ Showout. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm living good, man. I'm just happy. My birthday coming up like 30 days, so I'm like happy. I'm excited. About to be a quarter century, bro.
I know that feeling. I turned 25. When is it? In April of next year.
Oh, really?
When I turn 25, yeah.
Hey, boy, creep up on you.
Yeah, that time going by fast, man. So I want you to start by telling the audience, like, where you from, where you grew up at.
Originally born and raised in Durham, North Carolina. Been there all my life. I just recently moved to Raleigh, like last year. I'm like 30 minutes up the road, but born and raised in the 919 area. As you can see, I rep it. I live it. It's in my blood.
Okay. So how did the 919 or the Durham area play impact in your life? Like, what are some of them life lessons or some of them strong principles that you gained from being here?
Family. 919 in the Durham area is big on just having tight-knit connections, having real close contact with people. And one thing that I learned early on in life is that you really gotta have your core people, your core team that you can stick to, that you can really rely on, because a lot can happen out here and you'll never know what can happen. You can be in a situation completely just doing your own thing, and next thing you know, people get to fighting or shooting or something go on, and now you in some other can I cuss?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Now you in some other shit,
yeah.
and it's like, so I just learned to really like make sure you have solid people in your connections in your corner.
Okay, so you talking about people. So just to take a moment to shout out some people. Who are some people that had some impact in your life or taught you some good lessons?
Man, to be honest with you, if I really sat here and shout out everybody who really impacted me, we'll be here all day, man. But honestly, man, my dad, for one, he's the reason that I'm even a DJ to this day. My brother, my mom, of course, really my whole family, really, the whole Drama family. DJ Nabs, I know some people gonna be like, man, you ain't say my name, But look, you know who you are. Everybody who's been impactful in my life. Nick Pettiford, Dexter, Earthquake Productions. I got more names. I got more names, but we'll be here all day. You know who you are, man. Everybody, those names who I named, and even those who I didn't name, made me who I am today, for real. Like, I really wouldn't be who I am without these people.
Okay. So speaking of like growing up in Durham, I see like you were into a lot of like plays and theater and stuff like that. How did you get into acting, or when did you know you had that talent?
I'm gonna be honest with you. That was a leap of faith on that note. As a kid, I used to watch movies and I used to always imitate, what I saw in the movies or reenact the scene or whatever, but I never saw myself as an actor. But growing up, a movie called Dreamgirls came out, and in the movies, and I think it was like in 2009 or something. It had Beyonce, Eddie Murphy, Jamie Foxx, Jennifer Hudson. Bomb. I watched that movie like a lot. I used to watch that movie like crazy, know the soundtrack in and out.
Yeah.
And so when I got to Hillside, my freshman year in 2013. 2013, I did sound for the plays. And I was just doing sound, and I'm just like, man, they memorizing lines, they got dance moves and stuff like that. I don't think I could do that, man. I'd be done forgot.
Right.
I'd be there like, what? But then the following year, ironically enough, Mr. Tab, shout out to Mr. Wendell Tab, the director at the time, in the theater production, they did Dreamgirls. And a lot of people told me that I look like Eddie Murphy growing up. Like, they'd be like, man, you look like Eddie Murphy, And so when Dreamgirls came around, they was like, yo, you need to audition. I don't care what you say, boom, boom. You just at least audition. So I said, okay. I auditioned. Next thing you know, I got the part.
Right.
And the rest is history after that point. I was in every play after that moment. I got bit, as they say, the theater bug bit me, and I started doing plays ever since, man. And the funny thing about it is that theater played into my DJing so much. Like, I don't think that my DJing could have transcended the way it did without theater, honestly, because it unlocked so many doors as far as just performance, presentation, things of that nature. So it's crazy. Like, it was really crazy. And then nobody in my family really kind of like, everybody was music, so everybody was in the band. I was in the band at the time too.
Okay.
But I said, you know what, I'll do this. And then I was in theater. It's crazy.
That's funny because that was really my next question. It was like, how did that energy or like performing or knowing how to entertain the crowd translate to your DJing? Like,
very early on, well, really when I got into high school, I knew that when it came to DJing that, all right, I want to take this to another level. Like, when I DJ, I want energy. Like, I really want to like be something that people remember at the end of the night. They were like, man, that DJ had energy, or that DJ was off the chain or whatever. And so once I did theater unlocked that bridge, that fuck it bridge of like not caring what anybody got to say as far as judging you or how you act or whatever, because when you go on stage and you have to be this character, you got to be this character. You know what I'm saying? You really have to embody this character. So no matter, this was my first time acting in front of my parents, in front of family, so I had to really overcome that nervousness to get on stage and do that. And once I did that, when it came to DJing, oh yeah, it was over. I grabbed the mic. I'm on the mic more now. I'm like, yo, we hyping it up. I'm starting to stand on tables. I'm standing on tables now. Like, it really unlocked basically the performance side of DJing. It is crazy. And that high school, when I tell you, I feel like I did over 100 events in them 4 years of DJing, bro. I feel like I did over 100 events.
Wow, that's crazy.
Because DJing has been such an embodiment. I thought everybody was DJing. I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought DJing was a staple of life that everybody just was doing.
Right.
Only certain people chose to focus on it. I look at it like basketball. You know what I'm saying? You know how people do basketball. You got little people that play on the side or hobbies or whatever the case may be. I looked at that as DJing because it was so much around me in my life.
Right.
So
how did you get into DJing? Like, when was the start of you DJing?
I started DJing. My brother and my dad, like I said, are the ones that started me DJing. Are the reason that I'm even a DJ to this day. DJ Craze and DJ Double J. When I was a kid, especially in like elementary school, they tried to get me into DJing, but I was still heavy on video games, toys. I wasn't really focusing on DJing and stuff like that. And so when I got to middle school, I said, you know what, I'll do it. I'll do it. And I was we was in the garage at the time training. I was on turntables, CDJs, and we were just working on technique, working on blends, working on stuff. And we'll be in the garage for hours. We'll just be in the garage just making sure the timing was right, cues, making sure it sounded right, all that stuff. And when I got to middle school, it was my first time ever DJing in public, and it was my middle school dance. I went to Shepherd Middle School, and we used to do these school dances. And Shepherd Middle School dances back in the day were the talk of the town amongst the middle school kids, not with the adults, but amongst the kids. Like, Shepherd Middle School used to throw parties, and everybody from every school, Rogers Hurd, DSA, everybody, everybody was coming to Shepherd to party with us because we would turn.
Okay.
Turned up. So I DJ'd that, and it went up ever since then. But the funny thing that I want to add to that as to how I came about with Showout is, it's funny. I used to be into Spider-Man a lot when I still am into Spider-Man, but when I was a kid, I was a big Spider-Man fan. And my DJ name was really, at the time, I promise you, it was going to be like DJ Spider-Boy, DJ Webhead, something like that. Because I was thinking of DJing as just something fun. Like, I really wasn't thinking of it as no career thing.
Right.
And shout out to my boy Zaki. We had class together at the time. and he was like, at the time, my favorite song was Roscoe Dash Showout. Like, every time I go out, you know that I show. And Zaki looked at me, he was like, bro, why not just go with DJ Showout? I was like, Showout. I'm like, okay, I like it a little bit. But it didn't stick with me. I was just going to go with it because I couldn't think of no other name at the time, so I just went with it. And I had the name all throughout middle school, and then I was going to change it when I got to high school. When I got to high school, people started calling me Showout. As far as they didn't even know my real name, they just knew me as Showout. Yeah. And once people started calling me Showout, I was just like, okay, I'm gonna just stick with it. I'm gonna just run with it now at this point because now people really know me as Showout now, so I don't want to change the name. So, and the rest is history at that point.
So it just came to y'all like from listening to the song. It was like,
man.
Go.
Like I said, bro, I gotta shout out to Zaki on that one, bro, because I was just gonna be like DJ Webhead, DJ Spiderboy, whatever. But we was really there trying to like think of names. Like we wanted something that was like people gonna be like, yeah, man, like, whoa, like who's that DJ? Yeah, that's DJ Showout. Like, you know, something that's gonna really make people remember you. And what's funny is I called myself DJ Showout, but I wasn't showing out until I got to high school. As in, I didn't grow into the name until I got into high school. So I was always called Showout starting in middle school. But when I got to high school, I really started to show out. I was on the mic just hyping up, just straight energy. I'm standing on tables. I'm going crazy. Like, when we promo, I'm having energy everywhere. I'm like, yo, we about to blah, blah, blah. Everybody like, yo, Showout on drugs. Like, I was just always so hyper and so energetic all the time. And that's just, I was like, you know, if I'm going to be called Showout, I got to show out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So it's like y'all planted that seed and it just had to grow.
Really?
It's still growing.
It's still, when I tell you, honestly, I knew that I wanted to DJ when I was younger. But it wasn't until I got into high school that it clicked that this could be something that I could take a career on and go crazy with. Because at the time, you know, as a kid, you know, I'm thinking of it as just something fun to do. Like, I'm looking at it like, shoot, I look cool with my friends, like I DJ parties. And I really wasn't thinking about money at the time. I wasn't thinking about, you know, branding and things of that nature. Which is why I got zero to no footage. And like, also, it's funny that I be going on tangents. My brain just all over everywhere. So
yeah, we just talking, man.
If you need to reel me in, my bad.
We just talking, man.
I uploaded a like 20-30 minute video when I was in middle school. At the time, I had like a sidekick. A sidekick phone was one of the phones you just push up on the side like that and then flip up. And you had the keyboard on the side. And I fucked around and DJ like a little 20-minute, 30-minute set on my brother's NS7 at the time. And I was doing my thing. And honestly, there was some good little mixes, some good transitions in there. And I had posted it to YouTube, man. But when I got older and I was going through my little rebrand phase, I deleted it off YouTube because I was like, man, I don't want people to see this, and the third. But now I'm like, damn, I should have kept that shit up because I'm like, people could see because I got zero to no footage of like that period of time myself. It's all people recording at parties all the time, this, that, and the third. So it's out there. Yeah, I just ain't got it. Right. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that now I'm focusing on more now, making sure I grab that footage, making sure I'm able to tell that story. Because, dog, when I've done like over 100 events when I was in high school. It's too many events. Like all over Durham. I've been all over Durham, places that I didn't even know I was at. I'm like, damn, like I'm here, I'm there, like just everywhere. Sometimes I wasn't even the main DJ. I was just helping out a DJ and I'm just being there. And they're like, hey man, you want to get on? I'm like, yeah, I get on. Mess around DJ the rest of the party. Yeah. Because that's how much I was just into DJing. It was crazy.
So it seemed like Durham really had an impact on you once you started falling into what I would say is your calling. It's like it really had an impact and they was behind you 100%.
It's more so it was give and take, right? So of course, like I said, my brother is Double J and he was the talk. He was running the city, you know, on the radio, DJing for artists, going on tour. You know, the skills was just impeccable. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just shutting down clubs left and right. And his name was just who I had to compete with only because he was just my brother. Now, I wasn't trying to compare myself to him, but because you know how people do when your brothers, they like to compare whatever. And so I had to click on, like, I got to create my own image. I got to do my own thing. And so once I started doing my own thing and people really started calling me and notifying me as Showout instead of Double J Little Brother, that was when I started to get the pull, started to get the backing from the city. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to DJ Fats, Bro Rab, Mike Nice, you know, of course my dad Craze, the whole Butter team, you know, it's so many DJs, Skaz Digger. It's so many people that really, you know, really embraced me and really took me in under their wing to really show me not even just how to develop as a DJ, but how to develop as an individual.
Right.
So it was, man, I give it, Durham made, that's why I rep it so hard, bro. Durham made me. It's a love-hate relationship, but at the end of the day, bro, I love my city. Bull City to the day I die.
Ain't nothing wrong with it, man. It's nothing wrong with that. So, I heard you saying previously that when you first started DJing, y'all would be in the garage about 2-3 hours. And I know when you was on campus at Central, like, you was in your room DJing. Like, That's all you was doing. So, how much time do you spend, like, practicing now?
Oh, very little. I'm terrible when it comes to practicing. That's my problem. Because I have so many times to where I'm DJing an event and I do dope stuff at the event. But either I'm not recording, I've never done it before, and I'm just trying to attempt it right there. It's either a hit or miss. So sometimes it'll hit, sometimes it'll miss. And I know that my skills can, or my flow can go a whole lot better if I do practice. But you know, I just gotta practice. But when I was younger though, oh my God, I would try to do any and everything to get to DJ, like to really get down and just DJ at the crib. Like I had so many videos of just me just messing around, doing stuff, and I'm getting back into it now, trying to DJ more, practice more. Of course, being on the radio, doing weddings now every freaking weekend. So I try to practice a little bit more, but I'm terrible at it. I'm terrible when it comes to practice. I should practice more though.
But you put in enough time to where it's like you know what you're doing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So it's like you don't have to go as hard as you were going before.
Right.
But just to brush up on some things or like to try some new stuff, you know what I'm saying, that you could throw out there. I feel like that's what that practice time now would be for. Is like just learning, trying new stuff.
And honestly too, especially with stems coming out on Serato, and then, for those that don't know, the Serato program now can break up the songs into individual stems, so I can have it just a cappella, just the drums, just the harmony, or do the drums and the harmony. Like it's crazy what you can do with it, and now that's why I said now that's why I'm getting into practicing more, because now with the abilities of what you can do, it's so crazy. Like I even with this wedding that I just did yesterday, I tried some more mashups, some more things. You know, took out the acapella in here, threw in acapella from another song, mashed it up, and people like, oh, okay,
right,
yeah, because mashups are the wave now, and honestly too, DJing has transcended in such a major way that I don't think anybody could have ever seen within the past 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Like the technology has made DJing more accessible for one, but two, the things that you can do now with it is just ridiculous.
Right.
Like,
it's like back in the day they had their tables. You know what I'm saying? I mix a song in.
I don't think people really understand, bro. Like you had to really have crates of records, bro. Like you had to have crates of records that you had to know your library, you had to know what's in there, know the BPM, and then know where it's at. Because in the middle of the set, you can't be sitting here just thumbing through shit just because you know how people like, bro, DJs all on they for DJs that don't know their library, they just all looking. They keep looking for songs, taking them a long time to do. Like back in the club, that you had to know your record. Like you had to know your records and know where those crates were at, so you could thumb it through. Boom, pull it out. Bow, bam, and then you had to get the needle, put it on the right spot, make sure it was in there, then cue it up, bro. Like the DJing has just come so far, bro. That's one thing that I made sure that I did, and the shout out, like I gotta give everything to my brother and my dad, bro, because they made sure that I understood the history, the fundamentals, and just the basic just knowledge of this DJing shit before I just get consumed with all this technology shit.
Right.
Because the history of DJing is still fresh. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the person who really got this, or Grandmaster Flash, is still alive and still doing events to this day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's like that's something that people need to understand, that like the history is still new, and it's a lot that has happened, and it's man.
But you just gotta look at how, because that right there, like knowing your library and knowing what songs, like that right there was already expanding your mind to know music and to know like, okay, if I was ever DJing at any point and I got a song up that I had to thumb through a library for, I could just go ahead and look it up. Even though my computer now matches every song that I need to the BPM, and I can just choose what song I want.
You know what I'm saying?
If something happened, like my brother, he DJ, his computer stopped showing his library, so he had to go search each individual song that he was doing. So it was like, if you don't know certain songs, or you don't know a song and be like, oh, it sound good if you blend that in right there, then you'll be out of luck. You know what I'm saying?
And see, it's the knowledge, bro. It's the knowledge that you gotta have when getting into this shit, bro. Because if that's one thing that I tell any new DJ getting into the game, man, you gotta know your music. You gotta know your style and what it is that you want to do, man. Because you can't copy another DJ and just expect to get the same result or the same thing. You can take inspiration, but you gotta have your own spin to it. You gotta have your own thing to it, man. And this DJing shit can go so many different ways, bro. DJing, like, you can be contracted to be DJing on cruises. You can be DJing at Disney. You can be DJing for freaking movies now. Like, you can be DJing on the radio. You can DJ in the bedroom and on TikTok and do all these and get money off of that. Like, DJing has developed in so much in a way that if you really sit down and be serious about it, you can make your career off of this and really get busy with it. But I'll say this about the music though. Music come out like a motherfucker nowadays, bro. It's like freaking thousands of songs a day. And so that's why I say you gotta pick a lane. Because trying to do everything, you will fucking consume yourself and not know what the fuck to do. You won't be good at shit.
Right.
Trying to be good at everything. So you gotta pick a lane. So if you wanna do hip hop and R&B, get heavy in that hip hop and R&B. But you know, have your other shit just ready. Have your basic, your top 40s or the top songs of each genre if you want to do that, so that way you have that backup. But if whatever your specialty is, you got to have a bag for that. You know what I'm saying? Because when you have that bag and you able to dig deep, because with me, I'm a 2000s, 90s, 80s, right there, like right up in there, 80s to the 2000s. That's me. That's right there. I'm in that lane. I can do new. I can do whatever. But that 80s, 2000s, that's it right there for me. Yeah. Because I'll pull something out the bag, somebody be like, the fuck you know about that, bro? I'm like, bro. Like, it's the fact that, like you said, being exposed to so much music, you got my dad, then you got my brother, that generation of what the music they were listening to, I'm hearing that all the time. So I'm taking that inspiration. And of course, both of those are old heads like me. So they're taking their old inspirations and going back. You know what I'm saying? And that's why it's just, bro, like, and then sampling nowadays, bro, you hear that, bro. I can go on and on about this shit.
Never ending.
It's never ending, bro. Music is never ending, bro. And that's why for somebody to do it nowadays, especially now because of how accessible it is, one, you got to love it, bro. Like, to try to really get in here and try to make money, like, because you really don't make money off of actual, like, streaming your music, like, actually getting your music out there. That money is shit. And unless you got your, you know what I'm saying, your papers right, deals right, however you need to set it up to where you got the advantage, then cool. But the average artist ain't getting shit from streaming. All they shit comes from merchandising, tours, the whatever they hustle they got on the side, and then if they generate like millions and millions of listeners, then it's when you start seeing a little bit of revenue. I feel like they're still trying to get that percentage and margin right of streams to actual physical sales, because you hear about the whole Drake situation, right?
No.
Because so now, well, it's not really a situation, but Drake is one number one hit away. From being
tied with Michael Jackson.
Everybody now like, yo, Michael Jackson was just fully physical sales and this, that, and the third. Because you got to think, to do the numbers that Mike did physically, crazy. Like,
he had to go purchase his music.
You had to physically go out there and purchase that shit. You feel me? Whether you was going to actually listen to it or not, you had to physically go out there and purchase the shit. And so nowadays, you can just stream it. It's all, sometimes the songs be on playlists. Sometimes, it'll just generate in whether it's just on automatic listen or whatever the case may be. And you can get those plays and those streams off of that. And so a lot of people are, in the combat of, to not discredit Drake, but just don't compare him to Mike. Like, let that be his thing. Like, Mike has the physical set, like, that's the record.
Yeah.
Now, Drake, as far as when it comes to strip, then you say Drake. But I just feel like as far as saying tied and putting them in that category, I think they just need to remain separate. Yeah,
I just feel like it becomes a thing with everything in society. Because it's like, well, no, you can't compare it because these people had to work harder. You know what I'm saying? Because they had, like, some athletes didn't have the same technology that they have now for athletes. Some DJs, as you said, don't have the same technology that they did back then. Some artists was, like, moving their music through CDs and records and stuff like that. And the artists now got streaming, but it's like, that's what they was doing it for.
And see...
So it's like, if I can't accept the fact that they changed the game enough or had an impact enough to where it's like, okay, how can we make it to where people can access our music without having to go out and get it? Because now they can listen to it from wherever they are at, which is what they was doing when they started having the radio and things like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if I'm pushing for people to be able to hear my music, and now it's tech people that's working to make that happen, you can't discredit the artist, because it's still like, their music is bringing people in, and Drake had to sell CDs too. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, no, Drake.
Before we get to streaming,
I still got a burnt Drake CD, the Take Care album.
Okay,
I had that shit from when I was in middle school. Burnt CD, bro. I swear to God.
Yeah.
And it was so funny. I'm glad that you say that, because the reason why for me, I feel as if because they haven't made. I feel like the streams to physical sales isn't equal yet.
Mm-hmm.
That number percentage, I feel as if isn't equal, in the sense of the money you can get from a physical sale is like percentage wise very low from what you're getting from a streaming play. Mm-hmm. From my understanding.
Yeah, but I just look at it like, because of the technology, like, it's so many hands that go into making sure your music is streamed and making sure, like, we don't know them people that's working on computers and doing stuff all day. So it's like, you got to pay more people down the line to get this technology and this music out and to produce and whatever, all this stuff that goes on. It's a lot behind that. Like,
but also at the same time, you can say that for the physical side, because you got to get it printed, you got to get the cover art, you got to get it distributed, you got to get it in the stores, you got to get it delivered. So it's like, you paying it's, in my opinion, I don't see the difference in the process other than just it being a technology based versus actually being physical, because you're still having to distribute the record on to the streaming sites, to wherever it needs to go. You have to develop its artwork or whatever the cover, whatever is IQ or call or barcode or codes or whatever you got to fucking do to it. And so I just feel as if so now you're saying that with my understanding then is that they're getting paid more for that same distribution then.
Who
the people in the tech, the people in the tech.
No. So like I'm saying, well, yeah, more people, because it requires. I feel like it requires more hands to produce the amount of music with the tech side of it, of like streams and stuff like that. Like it's easy to stream your music. Like you just got to get a DistroKid account and whatnot. Blase. But whatever these people in DistroKid is doing, that requires a team. You know what I'm saying? It's not. So it's like I understand from the physical aspect, but it's easier for somebody to go into the store and buy your CD, as long as it's like not no X-rated or anything like that to where they can't purchase it. But for streaming, like most of the time, you gotta pay for the subscription to the app. You gotta, and then or you could just go listen to it on YouTube. But that's still a stream in a sense. Yeah. So you gotta think about all the people that work at Apple, all the people that work at Spotify, all the people that it's like it's so many hands, and you don't know what contracts these people have with these different labels or how to produce this music. It's a lot. Like,
well, I still feel as if that. I hear what you're saying though, because I didn't necessarily really think about it like that, and so I can see your point. I can see your point with that too. So, but for me, I just feel as if that difference is still just crazy though. Yeah. Like I just still there's something that I feel as if needs to happen to like figure out what we can do to get more in the streaming for artists to make a little bit more money in the back end. Just a little, you know what I'm saying?
Like
just a little bit.
It's the label though.
And then the label,
sometimes
the label do
they can't do nothing about that. It's like if I loan you this money so you can have your music video, so you can have whatever you need. You got a car, you got a house, you producing these albums and everything to make my money back that I just gave to you. Right. It's like you can't make nothing until I get my money back. Yeah. So it's like an endless cycle of, which I feel like some companies or some labels could cut their artists a little bit slack, because over time, if you think about longevity wise, over time they could make you your money back. It'll take you a little bit longer to get your money back if you give them a higher percentage, but you still make it back over time if you believe in this artist. It shouldn't be like, oh, I'm gonna get this artist while they hot and I'm gonna just extort them until they not hot no more, because then it's like your investment ain't really.
And see, to tie it into DJing. When it comes to like the money, and the money difference is to how DJs are getting paid nowadays. I feel as if some people still don't respect DJs in a certain sense to where they will pay them what a DJ feel as if they are worth, and then they will try to lowball and cheapen as much as they can. And so I feel as if a lot of DJs get caught in the glitz and glamour in the sense of like, oh, I got this big ass crowd in front of me all the time. You know, I got bad bitches around me. I got them, you feel me? Mm-hmm. But you ain't making enough in the back end to like really, really honestly show for it. And so where does the priority comes to say, all right, if I really want to do this for real, I got to get my worth. Now, if that's what you feel is, if this is what you do, you ain't really caring too much about it. You just do it for fun. You like the glitz and glamour. Go ahead, like you know what I'm saying. But I just know the effects of how that can get to when it comes to certain promoters. They'll get used to that. So then when somebody come in and actually say a price, and they be like, whoa, hold on, because the thing that always gets me about DJing is that they pay you based on their performance for the night. Versus you just getting paid for your service and showing up and doing your thing. That's like going to work at McDonald's and then the manager pull you aside and say, hey, bro, we had low sales in our burgers today, man, so your check going to be a little light. The fuck that got to do with me? Like, I came and did my job. Like, I put my hours in. I did my. I don't give a damn if y'all ain't said as many burgers. Like, I don't give a fuck. My check better represent how much time. So it's like that's where DJs need to be at when it comes to when you get to a point to where you feel comfortable setting the price for what you're worth. You have to stand on that in the sense of you gonna have to say no. You gonna have to turn down some shit because. At the end of the day, if you want to be respected, you gotta set that standard, because when people feel like, oh yeah, hit up so and so, they can get them for this price, or they can get them for this, or you know, oh, hit up so and so, he'll just charge you this, he'll just do this, but he'll do whatever you need, boom boom, and it's like a lot of people just get to abusing that. I understand doing it, you know, to look out and make sure everybody, you know, with budget or whatever the case may be. But a lot of people just take advantage of that and abuse that to the point where you can't even do it at all, because it's just people look at DJing like some hobby, some side shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like oh yeah, like you need to get a like oh yeah you DJ, but what do you do for real? Like what is your job?
Yeah,
it's like nah DJ. Now I don't only DJ. Like I work with a company called Fusion Sound and Lighting currently right now, and I got weddings every Saturday until like November 8th, until like November of this year already.
Okay.
I'm already booked for next year for like damn near like 5-6 weddings already.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you really sit down and actually be serious about what you're trying to do, you'll be surprised at what's out. Bro, the money is out here.
Mm-hmm.
The money is out here in any field, whether it's DJing, doing hair, making clothes, being an artist. The money is out here. You just gotta find that niche, find that grant. And sometimes it might not even be in the field that you think it might be. Like I'm doing weddings right now. 3 years ago, I wouldn't see myself doing weddings.
Right.
I couldn't see myself doing weddings. I'm like, man, I can't do a wedding. I feel like I'd be ass. I feel like they wouldn't fuck with me.
Mm-hmm.
Now these motherfuckers fuck with me.
But you specialize in 80s to 2000 music. That's all wedding music.
And that's what I'm saying though. But also too, it's the way that I do it though, because what I'm hearing is, especially too, like I said, when people respecting the DJ, a lot of people abuse the DJ, and not just the people that's booking the DJ, the people that's actually being the DJs, in the sense of they'll get all this equipment, high end shit, charge these prices, and then go in there and do some bullshit. Like they don't really DJ, they sitting down, they playing full songs, they not being fun or engaging in the shit, but they got all this fucking glitz and glamour and shit, right, but they ain't really DJing. So there's times that planners will come and talk to me like, yo, we've had a DJ, and like, you're like, you don't play the whole song, do you? Like, do you mix? Do you know how to do that? And I'm like, and I'm looking at them like disrespect, like, what the fuck you gonna ask me that question like that? Like, of course, like, ain't that what I'm supposed to? But they're like, no, the DJ, we've had experienced DJs do this. They'll play the whole song, they be sitting down, this, and the third. I'm like, the fuck?
Right.
Now, I mean, I don't be talking like this when I'm with them. I'm like, oh my gosh, I've never heard of this. Like,
right.
In my head, I'm like, the fuck you talking about? I'll be the fire that motherfucker right then and there. Like, bro, get out. Just go ahead and leave.
Because it's more to it than just playing a song. If that's the case, I could just make a playlist.
Play the whole time. But see, look though, because to take that playlist, what you just said, I'll have couples give me a playlist of what they would want to hear for the night. And then I take them and do my spin on it.
Yeah.
And that's what couples love too, when you know how to take what they want to hear and then do your own thing with it too. Oh my God, like that's really where it's at, bro. Like you got to be confident within yourself to say, this is who I am as a DJ. You gonna fuck with me and you gonna like it or not. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I had to grow into DJing in the style that I'm DJing at weddings now, because when I first started, I was very proper. I was just, mixing, here I was being cool. I wasn't really talking on the mic like that. I wasn't dancing like that. I make sure I was keeping my composure. Now I'll keep my composure all the way up until like midway through dinner. Then I get to dancing. Then I get to I get to moving. Yeah. Now when people then they looking at me like, oh, the DJ. Then I encourage them to get out on the dance floor. Once I start bringing an assistant with me and I had them DJing, I'm about to be going around the tables, getting people like, no, we about to get up. Like, I'm coming over there. I'm like, I see you, grandma. No, you getting up too. I don't care. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, my goal is to make sure everybody has a good time. Now, my goal is not to please everybody. Mm-hmm. That is not my goal. And if that is your goal, you're gonna have a very hard time doing that. But making sure everybody has a good time, I feel like that's a good thing to aim for. Right. Because at least if everybody has a good time at the end of the day, whatever they didn't like, whatever didn't happen, then that'll blow over.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Because in a sense, like, DJs are the first level of crowd control. Oh yeah. Like, yeah, you can have a host for your event and your host talk to the crowd, get them going or whatever, but it's like, it starts with the DJ, because if the music ain't good, they're not getting up. If the mixing ain't good, you know what I'm saying? Because you could tell how the crowd reacts to what you're doing. Right. And you could tell, like, even if you do something new that they ain't never heard, like put a new song on that they ain't never heard before, but you blended it so well, it was like, ooh, okay, you know what I'm saying? It's like that level of crowd control is important. And then to add that little piece on where you go around, you talk to people and you get them up, or you might go out, because at the games, when you DJ at Central Games, you dancing. what's the song called?
I Bet You Won't.
I Bet You Won't when it come on. Yeah, so it's like, you know.
What's funny though, that was Ash B. You know DJ Ash B?
Yeah.
That was his shit first. Mm-hmm. When I got to Central, that was his shit. That what he was doing. When the shit came on, he would be doing that shit. Then I came along. I don't know what happened. I don't know how it got switched to me. But like I guess because I started doing it a little bit too. Mm-hmm. But it just got switched to me then. And then when the shit came on, they were like, "Where's Showout? Where's Showout?" Yep. Like, oh my god. But that shit, and what's funny is that when I started going on tour, I put that in the segment that I do on the tour too, because like I said, as a DJ, the thing that I realized that's gonna make me stand out is my energy at the end of the day. My goal is to be the best DJ that I can, but my goal is not to be the best DJ. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to be the best DJ that I can be. And right now, like that's with my doing my mixing, my skills, being interacting and engaging and really just having fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to have fun and really express myself and just, you know, and DJing is the only time that I feel like I can dance and do whatever and not give a fuck what anybody got to say. 'Cause if I go out to the club right now, I'll be dancing out there. Like, I'll be dancing. It could be everybody at the bar, I'm the only person on the dance floor. I'll be out there, boom. Niggas will look at me like, this nigga is crazy. Like, this nigga got to be on some type of drug. Like, when I tell you, like, it be like, motherfuckers be like, damn, this nigga is going in his own little world. But when I'm DJing, though, I could do that, and people don't pay it no mind, though, because, like, oh, he DJing. You know, so he just, you know, he vibing. You know, he grooving. You know what I'm saying? So, it's funny, bro. Like, I love music, bro. I love it, bro.
So, speaking of, like, you know, DJing experiences, what was the biggest crowd you ever DJ for?
Shit. The biggest crowd I ever DJed for, I think it was Central NCCU Gospel Concert 2019. I think that was the biggest crowd that I DJed for, because that was the full arena. That was the full Central Arena, and they had sold pretty good seats. They damn near almost sold out, I think, because John P. Key was there. I think Travis Green, something. I can't remember. I just know John P. Key was the headliner. Okay. And so that was the biggest crowd I ever did, and I actually rocked it. Like, I was surprised at myself because I was nervous as fuck. I was like, oh my God, like, and it's gospel music, so I got to play gospel music the entire night. Yeah. And so I'm like, hey. But I knew my church. I mean, I grew up in church. You know what I'm saying? So I knew my church music. But I was like, dog, like, it's a big old crowd. Like, I hope I can handle it. Man, I went out there. As soon as them lights came on, man, it just went on. It was just grooving. Like I said, that's why I dance and I be grooving. I didn't want to be up there looking on, you know, just nervous or whatever. I put my nervous energy out into the dancing. Yeah. I just danced it off. And people looking, they're like grooving with me, this, that, and the third. And man, that was the biggest crowd that I did, though. Yeah, that's the biggest crowd right there.
Okay, so what would you say? Would that be your favorite DJing experience, or do you have one that just sticks with you all the time?
As far as for my DJing experience, yeah, Spider. I don't know what the hell that was. As far as for my DJing experience, damn, bro. I've DJed so much, bro. It's ridiculous how much I've DJed, man. But I will say, okay, I'll say this. My best experience so far was DJing out in Alabama for my boy Casanova. He got a bar out there called Casanova Bar and Lounge. And it was my first time actually getting paid to go out to another state to go DJ. And that experience was just love. Like, you know, when I got there, people was just like, oh yeah, you show out? Okay, I've been hearing about you. Woo-de-woo. And the energy, the vibes, the love was just there. You know, the energy was there. We rocked. We had a good time. I had family out there. So it was overall just a dope time. Like, it was just so fun. It was just so fun. And right there, that was a good experience. And then also too, being on tour. I went on tour with Tiana Murray with the DTLR tour, HBCU Back to School tour. I went on tour CIAA, being the DJ for the Step Show. shows that they was doing at the different schools and the actual CIAA show in Baltimore.
Okay.
So yeah, man, like it was. I was just, it's crazy. And Fresh Empire too. Fresh Empire when I was in high school, like bro, Fresh Empire, that year run that we had, bro, we was down, bro. We had like, we was doing like at least 200, 300 kids like at every event, bro. And then we was bringing artists out here. We had Zonique out here, like we done had, we brought Ayo and Teo at the time when it was hot, like Big Wheel, daggone, I remember they had brought Diggy Simmons to daggone Raleigh like one time or Greensboro, one of them. Daggone Regina Lil Wayne daughter Carter. Is it Regine?
Yeah.
Regine Carter, like them brought her to Raleigh. Like I got a picture with her too. Hell, they did a showcase in Raleigh with Mulatto and all them.
Yep.
Mulatto, Nova, all them, they was up there in Raleigh, and we had got a picture with them too. This was before she had blew. This was right before she had blew up. Right before she blew up.
Cause in Greensboro, we had a I guess a hub. I guess you would call it for Fresh Empire. And when I first, cause I was throwing parties at the time, so when I first got into it, and they was like, we promoting like. We don't want nobody smoking nicotine and stuff, but we want kids to come and have fun. I was like, okay. So when I seen like they was throwing the parties and it was free and the kids could just come and have fun.
That's what was getting them, bro. Because it was free.
Yeah.
And all you had to do was just go through the little kiosk, bro. You
had a backpack or something.
You had to go to the photo booth, take a little survey on the kiosk. And then you do a little spin wheel to get a backpack, a hat, or a wristband, or whatever, a shirt. And then you into the party, bro. Like, the concept of that was just crazy, bro. Like, it was ridiculous. And it was a government-funded shit. So, like, they was just giving you money to, like, yo, we just want to get the footage and showing them that kids can come in and have a good time. No drugs, no nicotine, no stuff like that. Like, dog, like that run was just so crazy, bro. Like that run was honestly, that's honestly what helped me get my name out a little bit during that time, like doing those parties, bro. Because when I was doing parties beforehand, people would know of me, but because you know how we partied, like we partied in the dark. We partied goddamn. All we needed was a table, DJ setup, and 2 speakers. That's all we didn't need. No, like turn all these. We turn the lights off, bro. Fuck that. And so, niggas wouldn't know who because they wouldn't put DJ names on the flyer at the time, so that you wouldn't know who the DJ was unless they had drops, and I wasn't doing my drops like that. And even if they did have the DJ name on there, I would help out the DJ a lot of times and be fucking around and DJing on that bitch. So I'll fuck around and DJ. They think I'm another DJ, but it's so. Fresh Empire put me on the stage and put me in front of motherfuckers, and they got lights and shit, and it made me look a little bit bigger than what I was type shit. And so that's what kind of elevated me a little bit more. So damn, that Fresh Empire run was just crazy.
It was crazy. It was like it kind of made me mad because my city messed it up. Every time it was an event, somebody wanted to fight,
bro. Do some bullshit, bro. And that's what people got to understand, bro. Like I'm. Back in like the 90s, and this was just from hearing stories or just talking with people who went around during that time. Like when people had beef or bad situations, even up into the like early 2000s, when people had beef or situations and they went out to the club or shit like that in the city and people knew of that, they like, yo, hey, look, so and so is in here, bro. Look, if you gonna come in here, be cool. Like, we ain't trying to be on that bullshit, bro. If you gonna be on some bullshit, go over there. Like, and niggas respected that shit because the club or just that that nightlife was just your time to escape, bro. That's what DJs gotta understand. You don't know what a motherfucker going through when they coming into that club or when they coming to that event, bro. They could have had the worst fucking day of their life, bro. But you could fuck around and make them 4 hours the best 4 hours they had of their life. All because you done did a song like, boy, I done forgot about this song, or you done threw in a song here, like messed around and just like. The power of DJing is just crazy, bro. And the level of respect got to like get there. Like people ain't really respecting it. Like I feel like, bro. Like,
cause now it's just like, well, if I see you,
it's on site.
It's on site.
It's on site. And they didn't like fuck what everybody else got going on. Like
I feel like that's selfish, man.
And they don't give a fuck. They will fuck with your grandmama, bro. They will fuck with your mama. Like niggas back in the day at least wouldn't fuck with your mama and grandma. Like they ain't at least gonna touch them. They gonna fuck with your mama and grandmama. Man.
Yep.
They don't give a fuck.
They don't care,
no more,
man.
Bro.
So it was like, that wave, because it was like around that time we was partying heavy. Like if Fresh Empire wasn't doing something, we had like 100 different promo teams.
Dude, bro, so this is what I'm telling you. This is what I'm telling you, bro. For us to be in high school, we was partying so fucking much, bro. Like, I'm talking about so much.
I was in the club from Thursday to Sunday in high school.
Bro, and look, this was so crazy, right? I remember I was helping my brother DJ at the club one time. I stepped out to go to the car. I came back. Security asked my ID. I want 21. He said, "Oh, you can't come in." I'm like, "Bro, I'm the DJ, bro." Right. He's like, "Oh, damn, look. My brother had to come up. Like, bro, he with me. Bro. He's like, damn, like it was crazy. And then on top of that, like you said, Fresh Empire, if Fresh Empire won't doing something, you had all these other promo teams doing shit, bro. Like, it had to be at least 2-3 parties going on at one night, like damn near every other weekend, bro. And, like, that's why I say I feel like I did over 100 events, bro, because the amount of events that niggas did was just ridiculous, bro. And, like, I feel like niggas was making bread. Like, I feel like niggas was making bank. Especially, like, bro, niggas was getting hole in the wall shit. Niggas bro.
Won't charge you nothing. They'll just be like, just give me a little piece of the door. Like, you know what I'm saying? I threw a party in somebody's community center in the middle of the projects.
Bro, are you talking about the camp building?
Nah, this was in Greensboro.
Oh, you talking about, okay. Oh,
This was like over there, like where A&T at, like one of them apartments over there.
Oh.
But we got the community center for like, I want to say it was about $150. It was like, just give it to us. The capacity in there was like 30 people, maybe 30 to 50 people. It was like 200, 300 people in there.
And see, that would be our problem too, bro. We just be loving to pack niggas in small places, bro.
But they gonna go in there. They'll be hot and
Bro,
sweating.
they'll walk and be like, damn, there's a lot of people, and walk in that bitch, bro. Like,
and it was funny because at the time, like, we was learning from old heads. Like, when you throwing parties and you on your own team, most of the time you talking to the people that's around you. You know what I'm saying? Trying to figure out how they doing what they doing and just incorporating it into the high school life. So it was like, we was charging re-entry fees. Knowing it's hot in there, but you gonna go outside and get some air, but you gotta pay $2 to get back in here. You know what I'm saying? And so it was crazy.
Bro, the shit that I'm just so mad about, cause see, I wasn't paying attention to shit like that. Like, when I was in high school, I was just worried about the DJing aspect of the shit, right? And so I had to take it. When I look back, I'm like, damn, niggas was probably running it up like in high school, bro. Cause we used to like it'd be like at least 100, 200 people, bro. With promoters that really knew they was doing. I remember I tried to do a party one time and it fucking flopped, and I had to pay the bill. No, I had to pay security. Then I had to pay the building, and I couldn't pay the building, and I had to leave my equipment there as collateral until I paid the motherfucker back. So I couldn't do shit to make some money,
right?
So I could pay that motherfucker. So I was in a circle, bro. I was like, fuck. So I think I wound up using somebody else's shit or whatever the case may be, and I got the money and I paid and I got my shit back. But it taught me though, like it just really taught me learning the budgeting about that, like the money shit. Like that's what really opened my eyes about the event shit. I'm like, damn, like there's really some back end that got to get done to this shit. Because
people don't understand like what all goes into that. Like first I gotta pay, like I gotta put a deposit down on the building. DJ got a deposit.
Good DJ.
You know what I'm saying? The host, security. Depending on what the host is, who the host is, they might have a deposit. You know what I'm saying? And then security got their deposit. Now, when you ain't got it like that, and we in high school, we turning around, because I was doing college events when I was in high school too. Right. But it was like when I was doing my high school events, I'll get the upcoming DJ, so I ain't had to pay the deposit. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know him, but I ain't gonna pay him no deposit.
Right.
Host, I'm a host. I'm gonna get in front of people and talk. You know what I'm saying? Security, we'll get a security company. That'd be like the only deposit we have to pay. And the hole in the wall we just got, they ain't asking for no deposit.
And see,
you know what I'm saying?
What's so crazy? This is how, bro. I'm surprised a lot more shit ain't never go down more than what it did, bro. Because I know sometimes, like you said, trying to cut corners, niggas in high school, bro. It was a lot of times, bro. That wasn't security, bro. That was somebody cousin that had the AR. Like, hey, bro, we just need you to goddamn look out. Like, just make sure nothing pop off. Like, boom, boom, boom. Like, he like, all right, say no more, boom, boom. Just tell me.
Dressing all black.
You feel me? Just dressing all black, just stand there like, you feel me? Like, nigga ain't security.
No.
Like, nigga just. But see, that's why that's why growing up, I didn't think security was a real thing, like a legitimate, like, no, you gotta get certified, like motherfuckers, like, I thought security was just motherfuckers just calling big nigga security, like, big nigga, like, hey, y'all, no, you security, boom, boom. Nah, there's motherfuckers out here that's literally trained, like,
going through classes,
like going through classes type shit. Like, I'm like, no, these the niggas we need to have, cause bro, I'm talking about, and then talking about events, bro. The first ever event that I had that really popped off, like really did some crazy shit, bro. I did a step show and the after party at Hillside. It was like 2017. It was me and Maya Reed, bro. We did this shit in 2014, 15, 16, around that time. I think it was like my junior and sophomore. I think it was junior year. Might have been sophomore year. I don't know. But what happened junior year, I remember, because what happened was the theater was being used because we had an upcoming play coming up. And they had already built the set, so we couldn't be in there. Right. So we was like, damn, we could do it in the gym. But at the time, nobody was doing shit in the gym at the time. Like, niggas like, step show in the gym, the fuck? Like, that ain't gonna work. Like, niggas ain't coming out to that. And so, I went hard, I went heavy on the promo. And at the time, the assistant principal who was helping us put it together, he was new at Hillside. He didn't know me, but he asked around to see who to do an event with. And my name came up, and he decided to go with us. And so he was like, all right, now this event is going to bank on you. Like, you know what I'm saying? I hope it go good. People telling me, you know what I'm saying, good things. No. So I'm nervous. I'm like, shit, this shit got to go. Right. So I'm going heavy on the promo, bro. And I still got this shit on my old page to this day, bro. I was hitting up everybody like, yo, I just need you to record a quick video saying, yo, on this day, come out, party with Showout, boom, boom, boom. I went heavy on the promo. Like, I'm posting that bitch every day. I'm going crazy. Like, we was going heavy on the promo, right? And so, honestly, day of, I'm like, shit, I don't think this shit gonna work, bro. I don't think niggas gonna show up. Nigga, we fucking sold out the whole fucking home side of the fucking gym. We had to open the away side to get more seating up because niggas was coming in, right? We was like, yo, we had a team travel damn near from like Chapel Hill or some shit, like, coming out here to fucking fuck with us, like, to be a part of the shit. Like, we had, like, then we had, you remember the short motherfucker that was doing the dance, the girl, Zig or some shit. The short, like real short. It was on Vine or shit, like real short shit. We had her come out there, like,
that's crazy.
Like, we had her come out there and do some shit, hype up the crowd. It was funny. I did that whole shit with 2 power speakers, bro. To this day, I'm still mad at myself that I did that shit, cause the sound was terrible in that bitch. Like,
it didn't matter. You pulled it off.
I pulled it off though, right?
It didn't matter.
And so dog. After the step show, we did an after party in the small gym. So Hillside got a big gym and then they got a small gym. So we was doing the party in the small gym. So everybody was supposed to come out, go out the side door, go up the hill, and if you was gonna come back in and you was going to the party, you got to come back in. So you had to go through the metal detectors, pay the fee or whatever the case may be, right? So we did that. I remember, dog, we had to put my shit on the table, pick the whole table up, take the table over there. And then pick up the shit. Like, we had to transition fast as fuck because we had to get ready for the party. And so we doing the party. We getting that shit in there, niggas flooding in. I'm thinking shit about to be a flop. I don't know why, bro. I was just nervous with myself. I ain't want to get my hopes up and then it be a flop. And I'm like, so I'm just like, fuck it, this shit ain't gonna go. Niggas started flooding in, coming in. I'm like, shit, man, this shit really going off. And then the lights came on, right? So I'm like, the fuck going on? Nigga, they told me that they went outside and found a machete out fucking side about this big. And they cut the lights on and then come in to make sure motherfuckers weren't on no crazy shit, right? And I'm like, a machete, nigga?
For what?
I'm like, bro, this party lit as hell. Like, what the fuck? Like, niggas bringing a machete out here, bro. And I'm talking about, we had motherfuckers in college coming out to the party and in a high school party, bro. Like, niggas would, bro, that night was like the best night for me ever, bro, because that was like the first time I put together the event, the concept of the event, put it together. We did all that shit, helped with Maya. We reached out to people, got shit together. Like, it was crazy. And that's what really got me into wanting to doing, like, events, like production and shit like that. Because I'm like, dog, like, when it really pull off, you be like, damn, this shit fit like that. That was good. Yeah. I like that. When it flop, though, you be like, shit, I need to regroup. I need to get myself together.
Yeah, but I just look at it because, like, sometimes, because I just did an event. Probably like a month ago. I want to say it was about a month ago, maybe 2, maybe a month and a half.
What kind of event was it?
It was like a freak meet.
Okay.
So I thought it was gonna be a flop. You know what I'm saying? We was doing it from 3 to 7. Nobody showing up. You know what I'm saying? 3 to 7. We was like, all right, cool. 5 o'clock come around, we started getting people coming out. Mind you, we did some type of promo, but you know what I'm saying, you could always do better.
Right.
So it was like the promo we did, it won't grand promo, but it was enough to get the word out. Like we airdropping the flyer to people. We got some flyers we hung up, whatever the case may be. I had one of my OGs, Dart, he came, brought he do like smoked barbecue and turkey legs and stuff like that. He came out there with his grill. I had my brother DJing, you know what I'm saying? We had a little punch, stuff like that. We thought people, you know what I'm saying? We sitting there, and I'm just talking to my brother. I'm like, man, I think it's about to be a flop. Like, I don't even, like, dang, we just spent all this money. Because I invested, like, so much money because I was like, even if we don't get a lot of people out here, if we get somebody out here, it's like we started somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the crowd just started coming together. Like, people just started popping up. And granted, it won't, like, 300 people, but you know what I'm saying? It was enough.
People just come in late, bro. Like, it was be late, bro.
Yeah.
Why everybody gotta be late, bro?
It was like a lesson to me is just like, one, you just gotta be patient. Like, stop trying to like move and do everything. Just sit down and relax. And then you gotta have like faith in you, but faith in God too. Like, because if He give you a vision, like, because the vision don't come from you, it come from Him. If something come in your mind, like, I need to pull this off, it's something He gave you for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if He gave it to you, then it's going to come to fruition. You just got to put the work in.
And that's why I'm so glad that you say that, bro, because that's why I feel like God gave me the ability to DJ, or just that knowledge of just wanting to DJ, because DJing has unlocked so many doors for me that, you know, I've been in rooms that I would have never imagined to be in, and it's simply because of DJing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm a dumb motherfucker, but I'm not no scholar. I ain't, you know, I did pretty well in school, you know, but once I got to college and it was my choice, I dropped out. Like, I lasted 1 year. I lasted a year and a half, basically. I say that. So, and a little bit of me, I still feel ashamed about that shit. I mean, I kind of got over it. You know, it is what it is. Life is life. But at the time, though, because I would have graduated in 2021 had I just stayed the course. And so a little bit of me is like, damn, I should have just finished out. I should have just went ahead and did it. But then now, I look at me now, I'm doing the shit now that I'm doing. And ironically enough, I'm fucking around and getting into business doing what I was going to school for anyway.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's why I'm like, you know, as much as I hated getting dropping out of school, a lot of times I'm looking at it like, shit, that might have been a good decision to do that, because it allowed me to really focus. Because I dropped out, because this is when I dropped out, bro. I had an event in Elizabeth City the same day I had class, bro. And I fucked around and I said, bro, I'm not going to class.
Right.
I had one class that I could go to before I had to get on the road to get to Elizabeth City. And I'm like, I'm going to this class, and then I'm not going to another class. And as soon as I got out that class, got in my car and hit the road and went straight to Elizabeth City to do that event, get paid,
that money,
get that money. And that was when I knew that I'm like, yeah, me and school ain't gonna really resonate right now until this DJing shit get to a consistent basis where I can do less but make more money. Like, then, you know, it's I'm like, nah.
I'm on the block.